And a good Saturday morning to you. Welcome once again to Health Matters with Dr. Jim Warner of Warner Chiropractic, 4855 East State Street in Rockford, Illinois, in the Manhattan Plaza. And our organ recital continues today. Last time it was the gallbladder. Today it's the pancreas, Dr. Jim.
Do I have to sing along with that organ recital?
Well, we probably, could bypass that today.
We'll leave that to the program before and after this one.
All right.
And that'll, we don't want to hurt the listenership here. But, yes, today we're going to be talking about the pancreas. And, Fred, we have spoken previously about the stomach and how important proper digestion is in the stomach, and you have to have a proper acid concentration in the stomach, and that people take antacids when in effect the real problem is they need more stomach acid, and we talked about ways of helping that. And then we spoke last week about the gallbladder and how that's very important for your fat absorption or anything with your fat vitamins and the actual fat in the diet, how you need to have a proper concentration of bile salts with that. And today we're going to be talking about the pancreas, which is a gland that also empties into the small intestine.
What is the function of the pancreas?
Well, there's a couple functions of the pancreas. Number one is it's the gland that makes insulin. So people that are diabetic have a problem with insulin. But what we're going to be speaking of mostly today is the enzymes that the pancreas makes. That's the other thing. So it's involved in digestion, number one, and then number two, it's also involved in sugar regulation or getting the sugar from your bloodstream into the cells, which you need insulin. So someone that's having some pancreas problems can have problems in one or both of those areas.
And if it goes too far, in some cases, type 2 diabetes might show up.
That's true, or it could kill you. Or sometimes you could have certain disorders where the pancreas starts digesting itself, or pancreatic cancer. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong with the pancreas. But we're going to be talking today about just normal function of the pancreas as opposed to what happens when it stops functioning properly. So the pancreas, as we spoke of previously, that empties into the small intestine, and at the point where it empties it in, that's where the food starts changing from being very acid from your stomach to being very alkaline from the pancreas juices. So your body needs proper timing here. It has to be more alkaline in your saliva, acid in your stomach, and then becoming alkaline again in your small intestine, because certain foodstuffs are only absorbed in acid, some are absorbed only in alkaline or base. So therefore, it's very important to have the proper concentration. Anytime you disrupt that, your body's not going to be working properly.
Well, you mentioned how the gallbladder last week adds some salt, which is important.
The bile salts.
The bile salts in order to make it alkaline, and also I guess the pancreas is involved in that.
Pancreas makes it very alkaline. Now, once the food goes and it's acid and it goes in the small intestine, the nerves pick up on this acid, and then the nerves are stimulating the pancreas then to start releasing three important enzymes. First one is trypsin. Trypsin is the enzyme that helps break down protein, a protein molecule. So you need proper pancreas function to break down proteins. The second one is amylase, and amylase breaks down your carbohydrates. And then the third one is lipase, which helps in the fat breakdowns. So there's three very important enzymes that are released by your pancreas so that it can break down these foodstuffs so that your body can use them. Because if it doesn't do it, that food's going to go right through your system and not be used.
So in order to absorb the proper nutrition, it's very important.
Very important to have a proper pancreas function. Now, people come into our office, Fred, and they may not know they have a pancreas problem. In other words, they might come in and say, well, I got pain between my shoulders, right between my shoulders, a little bit more on the right side, or I've got neck pain, low back pain, or maybe pain or tingling going down their arm, from their shoulder into their arm and hand. They might have lightheadedness if they don't eat anything for a while, and that can be involving sugar regulation, craving sweets, afternoon headaches, irritability, heart palpitations, sleepiness in the afternoon. These are all symptoms that the pancreas aren't working properly, along with stomach upset. So sometimes people think they got an upset stomach, and it's not the stomach. It's actually the small intestine, and that's because the pancreas isn't working properly.
Now, if we're not in a major problem, just kind of a time-to-time problem with it, what can we do to improve the health of the pancreas?
Very good question. Well, with that, there's a two-pronged attack. Basically, the first one would be maybe checking the nervous system to see if there's a nerve pinch that goes to the pancreas. And if there's a problem between the shoulders, then adjusting the spine or have a chiropractor put those bones back in proper alignment. That'll take the pressure off the nerve so that the nerves going to the pancreas are going to be working properly. So that's number one.
And that's something that chiropractic takes care of.
That's something that chiropractors have been treating for over 100 years. The second thing would be digestive enzymes that you would take, and that would help break down the pancreas. The pancreatic enzymes that are included in it will help break down the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fat. And believe it or not, Fred, a lot of times people have a problem with their pancreas is not making enough of these enzymes, and they might go to a chiropractor and they're feeling pain between their shoulders, and the chiropractor treats that problem because he or she can tell there's a bone out of place here, but what's causing it is the digestive upset because there's not enough pancreatic enzymes. So sometimes if you take these pancreatic enzymes, then that will help the problem between the shoulders. So that's why maybe if you've been going to your chiropractor and it's not getting better, I mean, it feels better after you leave, but it comes back, it could very well be due to a pancreas problem, and that's why that should be treated with proper digestive enzymes.
Is there a way to check for that?
Yes, there is. In our office, when we do a nutritional exam, we poke around in different parts of the stomach, Fred, and there's one point that if you touch that, it is sore. And that tells me that, yeah, that's the pancreatic enzyme point. And what I'll do then is I might have that patient take some of the enzymes, and then I'll poke on that point, and it'll immediately feel better. And then that kind of tells me, yeah, this is a substance that this patient needs. And not only does it feel better when you poke on it, but your food will digest better immediately. I mean, when you first start taking it, you'll notice it sometimes after the first couple meals even.
It's amazing, again, how often the drug companies will provide some type of drug that will mask the problem, and you have temporary relief, and you're not solving anything.
I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Fred, that I went to the drugstore and I counted the number of bottles of these potions that people take, and there was 149 different combinations.
For indigestion problems.
Yes, and that was not even the ones that you need a prescription for. That's
right.
Just on the counter. Mm-hmm. And anybody can go and just count these things and know that I'm right. So, yeah, a lot of times people are taking over-the-counter medication, or maybe even their doctor doesn't know about this enzyme point, and so they're giving them the purple pill or whatever it is, and it's not fixing the problem, and it's not getting to the root of the problem, which is getting the pancreas to have the right enzyme concentration in your foods.
And another thing with the drugs is they always list, and they're by law, they have to list some of the side effects, and if you just listen to that, it should be enough to make you not want to take the drug.
Well, sometimes I'll have a minute drug advertisement, 45 seconds are the side effects,
right.
And 15 shows the people smiling.
That should be telling you something.
It should. But unfortunately, in this country, people are looking for a quick fix, and they just give me the pill, and it's not looking to what's causing the problem. And, of course, listeners on WFEN, they want to know what the cause of the problem is, and that's why they listen to this show.
Is there anything else nutritionally a person can do to help your pancreatic health?
Well, two things. The pancreatic enzymes, and we use a product called Multizyme. It has all the enzymes put together in one capsule. We have them do that. And then also treat for a blood sugar problem. In other words, cut down on refined carbohydrates, increase your fiber concentration in your diet, watching the blood sugar and taking the pancreatic enzymes are what you need to do. People that have a lot of gas in their system, that's usually due to incomplete protein digestion, which means not enough pancreatic enzymes. So by putting the proper acid concentration in the stomach, that affects the protein. Then when it goes into the small intestine with the trypsin, the enzyme there, you put the two together, you'll have proper breakdown, and you won't have the gas that a lot of people have, and that's just because of improper protein digestion.
And just as with the gallbladder, it is so with the pancreas that extra fiber and water are always helpful.
It's funny how that helps almost everything, whether it's a heart problem, a digestion problem, drinking enough water. Your body is 90% water, and why do we try to cut back on the water? I don't know, but drinking too much caffeinated products, coffee, tea, colas and such, the caffeine will draw water out of the body and not put it in. So if you drink those things, you need to drink even more water.
There you go. If people want more information or want to speak with you, Dr. Jim,
I would recommend they request our symptom survey form free and just call our office, and we'd be glad to mail it to them.
Symptom survey form.
Symptom survey form.
And they can find you at warnerchiro.com.
Or call us at 815-398-8111.
Dr. Jim, good information. We thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend.
And that'll do it for Health Matters Today.